Alright, welcome back everyone to another tier list. I know I've been making quite a few of these lately. I want to do this one for quite a while as well. This is going to be the hardest tier list for me, honestly. Like this is going to be the hardest. And let me explain why that is. So, as you can clearly see, there is 10 different categories here. Sharing the similar list to last time with the maps, I just added on the double F and negative double F. On top of that, with hell, and we still have the Table of Kings up here. So for this tier list, I'm not going by how strong they are because we already did that. I'm going by how fun each character is, which is going to be the most toughest decision for me because I had to place a lot of people at different tiers, and well, below this is like below average technically, so it's gonna be really it's gonna hurt, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to hurt. And just like last time, we're going to place all the characters where I actually think they belong once I'm done. But yeah, each category must have one character. And let me tell you, it's gonna hurt my heart putting someone here. Like, I tell you what, because I don't. We'll see how it goes. All right. So I guess we'll keep going. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up, just like we do normally. So, as you can see, we have Rebels, Captain Cutter, Prophet, Chieftain, Flood, Arbiter, Heretic, Forge, Anders, and the Grunt Rebellion. So, for the first person that goes on to the bottom of the list, oh my god. Oof. The bottom of the list. And note as well, I can't really put early game and mid game or anything like that into consideration. It's just the character in general, for what they can do, all the possibilities they can do, just in general. That's how it's going to be judged by, for how fun the character is, just overall, basically. So, like I said, this is gonna be like the hardest list I've ever created. Most boring. That is tough. I will say, I do think I know who I'm gonna place there, actually. And I think, yeah, my first one is going to be Professor Anders. Now, the main reason being, well, I think she's the most boring. Personally, I'm not a big fan of air. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of air. I prefer my big heavy tanks and stuff. And infantry in general. Like, I just prefer anything that's ground related more so than air. Now, she does have rhinos, and she does have, the cryo freeze and stuff like that. But personally, I really don't ever play Professor Anders, honestly. I play her once in a while, but overall, I don't really ever play her. Just because I'm not a big fan of air. It's just kind of how I am. And also the Gremlins, like, they're good CC, but that's about all they are. Like, to me, Anders now is just worse Rebels with the CC, at least, because the Rebels have that, you know, that giant tank that can disable like everything around it passively. Meanwhile, you have to use, you know, actives for a gremlin. You know, I just granted the gremlin can move around. It's like a mobile stun, so technically the gremlin would be better. But I don't know. I just prefer the rebels' way of doing it, especially since it's so tanky as well, and it does actually do some form of damage while doing so. If you stay in the area long enough, that is, it does do a little bit of damage, and it just looks cool. So yeah, and I guess Anders would have to be the first to be at the bottom of the list. Next up, we would have. Oh my goodness. Ugh, God, this is hard. I love Cutter. I like Arbiter. I really like Flood. I really like Grunt Rebellion. I love Forge. I love the Rebels. My boy Chieftain there. Oh my god, this is so tough, dude. I don't know who to place. I like them all so much. Oh shoot. I guess. I guess the next person I'm gonna place there is going to. Yeah. I guess Prophet of Regret. I'm gonna say Prophet of Regret. Reason being why I put him this low as well. Prophet of Regret. Prophet of Regret. Really, the main reason you play him is to get his leader, Regret and Honor Guards. Outside of that, though, you don't really play him for anything else. It's fun as hell, but you really don't play him for anything else. You just play him to have OP guards and a flying leader that just, glasses everything to the ground. But as an overall character, he does have like the most boring setup, really, in terms of like everything he does get. Like I said, I do have more fun with him than Anders, just because I like teleporting honor guards around. But yeah, overall, I would place Prophet there though. Okay. Next. I love Forge, I love Rebels, I love Grunts, I love the Flood, love Chieftain, well, I fucking love all of them, but god dang it. Gotta play someone! I'm gonna go with, ooh, this is tough, man. This hurts. This hurts too. I hate placing Prophet like that. This hurts. Shit. This tier list gonna piss me off. Damn it. I think Arbiter goes there. I like Arbiter a lot, I really do, but if I have to place anyone in FF, it's gotta be Arbiter under anyone else, because Arbiter has a lot of damage, he has a lot of, the Ultra guys just blow everything up, the Anti-air raids are badass as hell. Overall though, like, I love his vehicles and his infantry, but in comparison to the rest of these guys, I just prefer their playstyle more because of the the durability side of things. I do like playing as a damager every once in a while, like as a damaging like faction or class every once in a while. But overall, my tank love is still there. So Arbiter really doesn't fulfill that for me, and is thus why he's there. Um, Next up at F we have God. This is a bad territory now because these are like all my mains, like not my mains, but like all my like really goods. Okay, so still not Forge, still not Captain Cutter. I love Captain Cutter. I love the Rebels. I love the Grunt Rebellion. Love Flood. Love Chieftain. No, don't make me place. No, no, no. Someone else. I don't think I can place anyone else, can I? No, my boy. Don't make me do this. Is that the option I gotta go for, bro? I gotta place him in F. Yeah, my boy Heretic. No, man, yeah. Heretic has a lot of cool shit too. He has a cool looking base. He has a unique base, but in all reality, I guess his tanks are just suiciding into things, which is really cool. I like the just basically blowing up in people's faces and killing an entire army. It's really funny. But you don't really ever use him for like vehicles or air. You mainly just use him for like infantry. I mean, you can definitely use it for anything because he's, as I stated before, he is the most powerful leader in the game, I think. But in terms of like having fun, like a lot of fun with him, I really don't have more fun than any of these guys down here. I don't think. Just because they just better suit my play style. Next up, we have I like how I said that as if I had someone else in mind, but I really don't. Still not any of these four, I don't think. And no, do I really? Yeah. Yep, I gotta fucking do it for the video. I gotta place bugging my boy Cutter in D tier. There's not anything wrong with Cutter's playstyle. I really enjoy his playstyle. But in, if you know Cutter, he isn't like a super high defensive character, and he isn't like a super durable character in terms of like heavy duty tanks and stuff like that I really enjoy. But I do love his playstyle still. I love dominating the map with ODSTs and elephants. It's really fun playstyle. But in reality, I guess I would have to place him there in this tier list. Okay. My God. Oh God. Oh, this is just getting tougher and tougher. This is... I don't know. I'll get rid of the ones I know I won't get rid of. God. Okay, so these are the ones I won't get rid of over here. So it's down to the Rebels and Forge. Oh man. I This is tough because like they're both like really awesome in terms of like vehicles. The Rebels have like insanely good anti-air. They got really good tanks, which are almost as good as Grizzlies, if not better. But like Forge has his leader, which is like OP as hell. He's got the Sun Devils, which are also really good against anti-air and are very tanky. This is really tough. Cause they're practically the same character almost. Like they're both heavy-duty tanks, heavy-duty tank experts, but they're both different in the sense of how they fight. But they're both so fun. I don't know. Ah, no. I think Forge goes. I think Forge goes. I like the Rebels infantry as well. They also have a very powerful leader. That he has an ability that can practically one-shot like most leaders in the game. The only ones he really can't one-shot are like Chieftain, or I guess you could consider an Abomination to be a leader. Really, that there's only like a few leaders that you can't kill in like a couple of shots with his ability, and he's a very powerful leader in terms of damage with his leaders, and his infantry is also really fun to use. Not really powerful, just expendable and just really fun to use. Now, this is just getting ridiculously hard now. Oh god. I love Brute Chieftain. I love these guys' defense. I love this guy's vehicles and leader. Hell, I love everything with the Rebels. The Rebels are fun as hell. Oh my goodness. I guess... I think the grunts go, unfortunately. The main problem with the grunts is, in my opinion, as I said in the last video, and it does affect them a bit, I love turtling, but if I'm not in a super turtle mood, the Grunt Rebellion is really not fun. I think the main problem that I have with the grunts, because when you compare it to the Halo Wars 2 grunts, you know, the Halo Wars 2 grunts have like the methane wagons that buff all the grunts up in durability and stuff and damage. You know, that you got the grunt goblins that can just heal everything, and you know, you have all the grunt domes that can, like, you know, shield your army and stuff. And I'm not expecting all of that, but you know, the grunt goblins is quite honestly a disappointment in my opinion in this game, in this version of the mod anyway. Like, I find the grunt goblins very underwhelming for how powerful they are. They're a lot of fun. Like, the Grunt Rebellion is a lot of fun to play because of how many turrets and stuff you can lay out. Like, any character that can lay out a bunch of guns and stuff is fantastic. If it wasn't for structures it would be down here, like, easily. If he wasn't able to place structures and stuff, he would be down here, because his army and units is what really just drives me away from playing him. It's really not that fun to use him, because without the defenses and stuff, he's really not really that fun to use. The only thing that's really fun to use is just having a massive horde of grunts. But that's it. Like, and I get that's what his character's supposed to be, but I wish the grunt goblins or the grunt wagons or tanks were like, they have grunt tanks, but they're not that good. Especially when you compare them to the wagons and the grunt goblins, they're just, it's not even comparable. There's no grunt heavies. The grunt suicide bombers are practically useless. Like I said, their armies are just complete trash in my opinion. And it ultimately hurts them because, you know, I, I'm not really judging it too much by early game, like I said, or nothing. But, dude, it is so hard to just set up them, though. Like, in order for you to have a good defense of them, because you can't really rely that much on your army. Your army sucks. Your army has to rely on you just spamming. And that's the problem with them. It relies on just spamming, so unless you have a crap ton of resources, which, if you build defense, like, you have to choose defenses or a shitty army. And I get grunts are supposed to be sort of shitty, but, dude, half the time it feels like you need, like, 40 guys to kill, like, one thing. It's ridiculous. Like, I feel like they're so weak. I feel like grunt goblins really just don't do anything. I don't know. I have no idea what they do. All I see them do is die. Anytime a tank comes around, like 40 of them just go in the ground and die. Like I said, if it wasn't for structures, they wouldn't even be close to up here. But because of structures, they're up here. Okay. So. Yeah, this is pretty easy just because these two are just way more fun in my opinion. Because these two characters right here are my top dog friends. Like, I love these two. But which one is better? I really don't know. I love being able to place structures, as I stated, and the Flood can do that. They can place a lot of structures, a lot more than even the grunts. They have a very powerful army. Brute Chieftain has a very powerful army. I like Brute Chieftain himself. I love vortexing an entire army. This is tough. Because Flood can do everything in the game, too. Like, they're good on offense, they're good on defense, they're good for economy, they're good for, you know, anything. So, I don't really know how to judge this. Oh my god. God, this is tough. This is really tough. I don't know. I really like both of them a lot. Because you can kick ass with both of them so easily. Like, you can just destroy things. They're both super tanky infantry, like, based factions. You know, you got the powerful structures on one hand, and, like, the powerful leaders and tanks on the other. Like, or just vehicles, really. And brutes and infantry. I like having heavy brutes and stuff. I guess I can't even really judge it by early or mid game either. Like, I can't even really judge it by that if I wanted to involve that, because like they're both kind of struggle at the same stages of the game. Like Flood is like pretty good early game, sorta, and then like Root Chieftain is, you know, he's pretty shit early game. But Flood is arguably pretty bad too, just because like it just depends on what you do. Like, you can be good early game. It just depends on what you do. Like, if you're trying to build economy, you have a pretty shit early. But they both struggle, like, they both struggle pretty hard in mid game. But in late game, they're both just such powerhouses. I don't know. I think overall, though, I'm gonna place Flood at S. Reason being why Chieftain is the number one, I love just being Chieftain. Chieftain has pretty awesome armies. I like how they look. I like the, you know, the prowlers and choppers and stuff. I love Chieftain himself. I just love running around as just a fucking titan. Like, just killing everything. Because once you get a 6-star Brute Chieftain, and you get, like, maybe, if you go to, like, Labyrinth or whatever, you get, like, some drone, like, healing drones on your ass. Oh my god, dude. You are just an unkillable titan. You can face tank a Scarab. You can fucking hurl tanks around. You can bash Warthogs in one hit. You can fucking grab a Spartan, slam his head off, and just keep going. You can, I mean, I did a video a long time ago where I nearly beat 2 legendary fucking AI with nothing but Chieftain and 3 of his Brute Chieftains. Like 3 of his, like, yeah, 3 Brute Chieftain soldiers he can have. It was like Tartarus with that, you know. And that's the thing, it's Tartarus in the game. And he's just, he don't give a fuck. He's just like slamming his hammer around, just fucking killing everything, dude. Like, he don't give a crap. His animations are amazing. He's just charging like head on to the enemy, just bam, just like fuck, just picks up a vehicle, just squishes it, and just throws it. Like, in the vortex, you could suck up like 20 fucking tanks and just fucking hurl it across the whole map. I mean, dude, Chieftain is so much fun to play just because of him alone. Because you are just an unkillable titan. You think a fucking Scarab is anything? Please, get that shit out of my face, son. I am a Tartarus running at you 30 miles an hour. Bring it on. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna run into that freaking Scarab and shit on it. Like, like, you, because I literally face tanked a Scarab for like 2 minutes, and I was literally able to kill it with a vortex. I still had like half my fucking health. I mean, dude, Tartarus is a god. He is god, dude. Once you get up there, once you get those 6 stars, dude, you are just, you own everything. You are the law at that point. You are just laying down the law. You don't give a fuck. And I only placed him lower on the tier list in my last video because of the fact that, you know, for how powerful he is, because it's really just him alone that really carries himself that high up, but it just requires him to be, because the thing is, if you're talking about PvP, for you to get like 3 stars and everything, it's kind of unlikely because you kind of have to get fed, you know. You gotta have to get fed by the enemy, and really, I mean, they shouldn't do that. So yeah, and there is certain maps that like kind of screw chieftain over because there are certain maps where you could get an advantage with your levels, like by killing rebels or whatever. But some maps have fucking Forerunner, which it does hurt him. Like you can't kill him with his hammer, which he doesn't get any XP for his vortex. So, but overall, that's where my tier list lies, Brute Chieftain. Now, if I were to like again reassemble this tier list and have more to just force a one guy in each list in each tier, obviously no one is even below D tier. So I'll show you what that looks like now. I'll put Flood, Rebels, and I'll put Grunt Rebellion there. I love these 3 factions more than Grunt Rebellion only because, like I said, Grunt Rebellion's armies are just what really wear him down for me. They're just not that fun. I like Forge a lot. I love Forge. Captain Guard goes up to A. I love his playstyle. Heretic also goes up to A. In comparison to Arbiter, though, I would place him at B. I'd place Prophet at B as well, and then Anders would be at C. I think she's still the most boring, definitely. I think she's the most boring character out of all of them. Not because of anything, like I'm just not a big air guy. It's just me. I don't like air that much. But yeah, there's the official like list, if you will. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and comment below this time, and subscribe to the channel, bro. Like if you want more, content, subscribing always kind of helps. It's kind of cool button down there. I mean, it's red. You should probably rapidly tap that thing until it says subscribe. If it doesn't say subscribe, you gotta tap it again. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right. And I'm gonna be doing another tier list, and it's going to be for the leader overall again. And that tier list is going to go more in depth with the power level of the characters. However, it's not going to be like who's the best because we already know what that looks like. It's going to be which leaders have the best team comm. Like for instance, I can say Grunt Rebellion has a good team comm because if you could keep Grunt Rebellion alive long enough, you can get the late game and get mega turrets and start wailing on bases. That's a valuable ally to have. If you can keep them alive, that is. Like something like that. We'll touch more on that in that video if you want to see that. But until then, yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that fancy stuff down there. Just keep pressing buttons until you see everything's good. Likes and stuff. All right, guys, that's it. That's the video. Now get out of here. Have a good day and stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.